Rune Factory Frontier.
Hey everyone, Vic Asmadi, and yes, we are playing Rune Factory Frontier. Let me turn the sound down a little bit while I'm talking here. We're playing Rune Factory Frontier, a JRPG for the Wii circa about 10 years ago. It says 2009 here. I think maybe it's Japan 2008, this US 2009. I started playing it like 2010, 2011-ish. It's just a fun, charming little game that has some easy stuff to it, but there's a lot of stuff that can be challenging. And one of the things we're going to try to do that's challenging is we're going to try to marry Uzuki in summer of the first year. She's probably the hardest of the bachelorettes to do on a tight timeline, just because you've got to really get everything set up. You've got to get your farming set up, your exploration. You've got to be able to spend time growing the flowers you need, and then you've got to basically be able to be ready to farm the monsters you need for her favorite gift as early as possible. So for those of you who are new, played the game before, I think you'll know what I mean. For those of you for whom this is new, just kind of roll with it for now, enjoy it, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go through. So I think we should just start a new game, and let me get the sound back up. Here we go. I can't skip these kinds of cinematics and cutscenes, but most of the dialogue I will be skipping.
I'd lost everything. My memory. A place to live.
Like I said, we're going to try to do this as quickly as possible from in-game time, and then also there's the game will keep track of just how long we take playing overall as well. I think the fastest I've ever done this is about 29 hours and change. We'll see how we do. I've probably learned to play better since the last time I tried this. So we'll see. Maybe we can come in under 29. Yeah, you'll see. Most of these Rune Factory games you start as some kind of amnesiac. Here you actually are. You have your head together, but you're following the girl from the first game, who you met when you had amnesia, of course. But again, you're following her to this town. Actually, you're still looking for her. We don't know yet what we'll find her, but spoiler alert, we do. But that's why we're here, is to look for her. This is actually the beginning of the calendar year. The calendar has 4 months, which are really the 4 seasons. So you've got spring, summer, autumn, winter. We are here on Sunday, spring 1. Or by Sunday, it's really holiday is there's 6 days in the week. Holiday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Holidays are basically the weekends.
Good evening.
But basically, we will wake up tomorrow morning on Monday, spring 2. And that kind of stuff's important. There's a few things that happen in the game that are truly triggered on the calendar. Certainly the seasons affect which crops you can plant. I don't think they affect what you can fish for. We're not going to be doing... We'll do some fishing for money, you'll see. But really, it's just kind of the ticking of time, is like when shops are open and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff we need to do to expand our farming economy, we can only do on the weekends. So we have to have basically the money ready for when the peddler's in town. Oh, and since we were here to find mist, surprise, we find mist right away. And she explains that there's, for some plot reason, somebody calling her. And we're going to hang out with her. She's going to set us up on a farm. All that stuff. I actually reset the game about 15 minutes or so ago. I got such a good start on the farm. it was almost too good. You guys would think that I totally, I don't know, kept RNG reloading it. If this one's good too, I think we'll just roll with it, but we'll see. But I had like 7 bamboos, which is ridiculous, and I also had all the grasses I needed to start off too. So here we see there's a giant floating island shaped like a whale up in the sky. We will do a lot of exploring up there. A lot of the main story happens up there. So here we'll get a look at our farm. We're looking for a couple grasses. We basically need 3 grasses, ideally right away. And bamboo is just good to have for money. So we basically, yeah, we're fine if we get 0 bamboo. It should be fine. Just have to cut some corners later. But it's really, okay, there's 1 grass. I see 1 grass. The rest are all weeds. But we'll start with that. I will name this for Uzuki, just so I don't forget what I'm doing. Okay, then Miss sets us up with our first round of farm equipment and stuff. She loves turnips. She wants us to plant turnips for her. Cheap hoe always cracks me up. Cheap can be funny too. But when you upgrade to a quality hoe, then you know your life is good. And, of course, that happens. Turnip seed, right. Okay, we get full control of the character now. This is our little house. This is where we save our game and stuff like that. I'm coming in here just to be able to disable the Wii motion sensor, particularly when you're like cutting it so close on energy. You don't want to accidentally bump your Wii nunchuck or whatever and die, because that has happened. Okay, this is a good spot. We'll be able to get rid of that branch right away. Okay, there's a bamboo, there's another... oh, we're in good shape for grasses. That's good. And we have 1 bamboo at least that we can sell, so this is a reasonable start. This is kind of what you'd expect, right? If you don't get 3 giftable items, though, I would restart it. It almost... I can't even think of a time that it's happened. But you basically need to give, well, you need to get 2 here, at least, because you need to give them to Stella right away. Oh, whoa, okay. Like I said, I got 7 last time, so this is slightly above average, but not that good, not that great. Yeah. I mean, not like championship level. Alright. Yeah, that's a decent start. Not too far out of bounds. So, like I said, we're going to give 2 of those items to Stella right away. Which I'll hang out of those because Laura likes those.
For me.
Okay, we'll have a couple other required dialogues, and then we'll get our axe. But yeah, my goal here is to basically get all of our starting tools as soon as possible. Be able to get our monsters recruited. You'll see what I mean if you don't know the game. I'm going to do all that right here on the first day as much as we can. We basically have until 1 a.m. every morning. Basically stay up past midnight just by a little bit. And then we'll wake up at 6 a.m. the next day. The later you stay up after that, the later you wake up with a little less energy, and you have a chance of catching a cold, which is basically reduced HP, reduced RP, and the status effect. You don't have a way to clear the status effect until about the day, the fourth day, when the nurse comes to town. Actually, I think it's the 5th, so what is that? Today is... Oops. Yeah, today's Monday, so we have 3 nights of basically having to get to bed on time. No, 2 nights, right? Because the night of the 4th, we can oversleep and she can rest us up. But we'll end up probably staying up late once we have a way to cure our remedies. We're effectively trading off a little bit of health for an extra hour of game time. And again, we're trying to get through the game calendar, packing in as much as we can, so that we can be ready to get all the prerequisites aligned for Uzuki. Okay, so we climb the beanstalk to the whale, of course, and we find that it's sentient. And there's a huge plot device around the poor whale, and he's going to need our help. Can't cut this, just gotta click your way through it. This might have been part of some bigger plan, but there's a few rocks like this, they just don't do anything except that you have to do that. If I were to try to continue here, the game would basically say, no, go back and talk to the rock. So we're going to scoot through here and get the hammer for Melody as early as we can. And then that's going to basically be how we make money for the rest of the day.
Well, I think...
Okay, so we got our hammer, and because she loves her hot springs,
You dug up a hot spring!
we opened the bathhouse in town, which is kind of the only way we really have for a few days to recharge our energy. So, good stuff.
All right.
It's part of just, again, getting all the things set up so we can do what we've got to do in the coming days. Now we got decent bamboo, so we don't have to count on... Yeah, see, it's RNG, right? So again, we're looking for irons here. Irons sell for about 50 each. Those scrap irons that we just picked up are about 10 plus each. And so the fact that we didn't get any would be a problem. There's one. But like I said, we got a pretty good batch of more scrap iron. We got a pretty good batch of bamboo, so I think this kind of offsets it. Ideally, we want more, but you know, we only got one there out of what? Out of 6, 7 rocks. 2. I guess we got 2. No, we just got 1, right? Yeah, it's pretty crappy. But again, there's RNG. What are you gonna do? So I'm calling that a wash for the bounty of bamboo we got. We'll see how the rest of these. We'll have enough time to run through here this time and one other time after it. We'll probably want to get down back to the farm by around 4. Chop our wood, expend our energy. Okay, I got 2 here. So. And then we're going to go run the errands that we told Stella we'd do. And that basically unlocks the rest of the town. At this point, it's not worth picking up the irons if I still need money down in town. I'll just pick the grasses up, or the weeds up off my farm. We've got to save 2 irons for Danny, so he can give us the sickle. And we need to save some grasses for Mist. Which, I think I've got 1 and an herb, I don't remember. I think I've got a red. I only need to give her 1 of those today. I need to have 3 for her total. 1 today, 2 tomorrow. And that's enough for her to give us the quest. That, with talking to her, is enough for her to give us the quest to unlock the green dungeon. So ideally, we want to be selling. Probably close to maybe 850 gold today. That's enough to get the monster barn and some of the crops we're going to need. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is really good. But as you'll see, we won't need all this. We have more than enough for what we want to do short term. And yeah, we'll take that for mist.
Thank you.
Okay. She tells me I can teleport, which I kind of knew. Tells me about a beanstalk, which you already know about. And I totally should have taken an axe out. So I need 10 lumber. There's one. Trying to do these down here. I forgot to go to the shipping box. 4, 5. Gonna do that to burn some energy. Alright, so weeds, of course. Need to save some of that. I need 2 irons for Danny. I got some good amount of level 5s. Level 5s are worth having around. I only need maybe 3 of them. So, 934 is good. Our goal was 840. So if we were really short at this point, we'd just be picking up weeds. So I did 5. I've got to do like 5 more, and then come on. Rosetta's going to come right at 5. And I want to also get some energy out here. So she's also from the first game, I think, just based on the way the introduction goes. Because she knows me. I've never actually played Rune Factory 1. Let's see how much energy we have left to burn here. Uh, 4.5, so 48. Put that away before I kill myself. And run up to do our stuff. This is going to be tight. I think I might have just spent a little too much time. I basically need to get all this stuff done and get to Danny's. I think I'll make it. Need to get to Danny's before 6. So I still have to see Turner, Ganesha, Danny, I was thinking of Eric. Danny and Melody and Cross and Eric before 6. I might have screwed this up. Let's see. I could, in theory, come back and do the bathhouse later. We'll see what the time looks like.
I'm sorry, but well...
That might be the answer. So, again, you got to kind of know what you can push and what you can get away with. There's a lot of brinksmanship in this game, especially as you're kind of micromanaging time and energy and resources right here in the early levels. Okay, so he basically tells me to go to Ganesha. I think I'll be okay. 529 here. Yeah, it shouldn't take me more than 10 seconds to run. 10 ticks to run over to Melody. That gives me time to get back to my farm and see Cross and Eric.
Hi.
Okay, we're gonna give her a gift. So she gives us the tool book.
Not?
Okay. Next up is Danny's. Danny's kind of a tool. And a rough family life, or whatever the backstory is on him. And he's like, okay, go to Eric. Fine. But since we unlocked the bathhouse, we're going to go and do that real quick while we're up here. Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Well, not plenty of time, but plenty of time meaning we'll make it by like 4 seconds.
Hi, the weather welcome. That will be 10.
Just make sure I got my 10 lumber. Yes, okay. If not, it'd be really tight while I tried to chop one more piece of wood on my farm. Cross here. He'll give us the glove, which is how we tame our monsters. We can also build our barn now since we got the axe right away.
Hi. What?
Oops, no. Don't want a kitchen, I want a barn.
Thank you.
Okay, we just got to get over to Eric's before 6. Plenty of time. 3 seconds. Actually, 2 seconds remaining. At 6 o'clock, he's already shut down. You got to get in 5:59.
Hey, young man.
He's going to tell me about all the tools I've got. He gives you free seeds if you ask. Oops. We'll do that too.
Now then, what would you like?
I want some fodder for my animals.
Anything else?
I need some strawberries.
Anything else?
And we'll do turnips for a while here. I'll save money for
Anything
one bath.
else? Come again.
If I ask him about farming or seeds, he'll give me some free turnips. And then we can give him 2 irons to get a sickle. Again, just gifts to build friendship, and then if you didn't do this, just talking to him every day or so, you'd probably get the sickle on day 4 or 5. Then, of course, he has to tell me about it. Okay. So we have a barn now. We'll do some farm work here real quick. Strawberries back here. I like to do strawberries here so that if my monsters are harvesting, these come almost last, and then that way I can still pick them up if I want to use them for making jams or other energy products. And let's see. I'd like to get something going over here too. 'I'll finish all this up, but basically I was trying to find good spots. All the seeds you plant are in 3x3 plots, so I was kind of blocking out the area as I was kind of farming here and there. We're going to go up top and recruit some monsters now. We want one goblin for sure. They help with harvesting crops. We'd like to get 2 slimes if we can. It's kind of dicey though. If slimes do a lot of damage, so it's possible we'll bail out and just get 1. If not, we'll pick up the next one probably tomorrow. It really is a question of how much damage they're going to do to me. I'll take some hits from the goblin too as I try to recruit him. We'll just see how we do. And again, we've got to be basically down at the farm and back in bed by 1 o'clock. And we still have a lot to do. Even once we get our slime, we have to kind of take him for a walk. So we'll see how much time and energy we have left over here.
Hey there. Hey there. Hey there.
I've taken 27 damage already just doing that. That was not good. Slimes will mess me up for at least 30, and I only started with 100, so if I get more than 37 from each of them, then I don't survive. It's possible I get poisoned too. If I get poisoned, then it's just over. I gotta stop at that point. We'll see how we do.
Hey there.
Oh, jeez.
Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there.
31. Maybe? I could try for another one? How much do I have left there? 39. I'm gonna say I try it. It's gonna be close. If I take too much, then I'm just gonna have to stop.
Hey there.
12.
Hey there. Hey there.
24.
Hey there.
Oh, got it. Okay. This will be our fighter. Okay. We're going to be really close on time here at the end. We still, what we're doing here is we're going down to see Iris. She triggers a lot of the cutscenes. Not here. This is this little monster guy. But we got to go meet Iris for story reasons. Now is the best time to do it. There's another grass and bamboo, but I can't take the time to go get them. Time here. We're about 35 minutes or so, roughly. I didn't quite write it all down. Let's see. I'm going to be generally trying to make about hour episodes. I forget if I said that already. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna get back to our barn roughly around 11. We've got to run our slime around town. So we might only have an hour of farming left. I know I left a couple plots sort of partially started. I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to be able to finish, just given the way the timing's working out. On the plus side, though, I did get that second slime, and it was kind of worth doing it now. Oh, stop that. So if I'm done with all this around 12, I'll be happy. I mean, it'll probably realistically be about about 11:40 something, but we'll see. So because we have these guys, these monsters, but we basically have to keep them fed and happy, and we don't have any way to feed them until our grass starts growing, or the fodder that we just bought from Eric, which will take 5 days to start.
Hey there.
So, in the meantime, the only way to kind of build up happiness is to take them out with you walking around town. You can also feed one monster for 1 day, but it costs like 300 gold to do it. And we might get to that point, but we'll see. So there's basically different parts of town that will make your monsters happy. Up on Whale Island, the beach, Mountain Road, Public Square, any of the dungeons. And so we're going to do that for this guy here. We're also going to stop by the inn, get the cookbook from Rita, who's Turner's wife. And she'll also give us a reward for having constructed something today. From an RNG perspective, it's one of the biggest, I don't know, the highest variance items you can get. You can get something as lame as like, I think it's like milk, which is like 100 gold, or some yogurt drink, which is maybe a couple hundred. At the plus side, you can get like mixed ole, which is like, I don't know, like 4,200, 4,500, something like that. So if you did want to kind of save scum on that, you totally can. You wouldn't be the first. I'm not going to do any of that here. So he's now happy. We'll get him to very happy and take him to a few more places. Again, we're doing all this now so that we can put him to work for us tomorrow, the 3rd, which means that on the 4th he will start clearing all the rocks from our fields for us. Not all, but very slowly and methodically start clearing all the rocks. And that's just fine. Yeah, I think we're going to be closer to 11:55 probably. We'll see. Again, it gives us basically a minute to finish up on the farm, which should be good enough to finish at least 1 or 2 of the plots I started. So the inn here is, the tavern is connected to the inn. Yeah, it's going to be more like 57, I think. We'll see. And she'll give me a reward eventually here. Also, just by talking to her, I'll also get
Welcome.
the cookbook, yogurt drink. I don't know how much that's worth. 400. It's something. Yeah. Okay. Come on. More chatting. There we go. She also tells me about the peddler, just like the innkeeper, the blacksmith did. Okay. And I'm actually going to go through the inn so I can save a second or two walking around town. Trying to get to the public square. 4, 5, 56, 57. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay. 58. hoe out. Send this dude back to the barn. And let's try to finish up this barn. Oh, come on. Because you can only water one square at a time and hoe one square at a time, I don't care that there's rocks here. I could totally spend the energy and time to clean them up, but I'm just going to have the slime do it. And I should have enough time over here to finish this plot, and then I'll just burn some energy. So I'm going to actually use my axe just to develop some skill here. So much I've got 15 and 25. So 25, it used 12. So I can do another one here and another one here. And I am exhausted. Put that away before I misclick. Save. And actually, how are we doing on time? It's about 45 minutes. This is probably a pretty good place to stop the game, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Actually, I'll do the rest now. Just so you don't think I'm RNG scumming the save. Alright, thanks for... And a net's at my door. Okay, we'll deal with that next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.